Hi, my name is Sue Wells, and for 18 years I sat pretty much where you're sitting. I started out doing my first term as a community board member and then spent the following 5 terms as a councillor and community board member. So much of my working life was spent in meetings. I've been asked to speak to you about how to make meetings run smoothly and how to make sure you're comfortable with the rules. What I'm going to focus on is what you can do to prepare effectively before you go into a meeting, and then how you can behave when you're in the meeting so that the meetings run really smoothly. Preparation is 90% of a meeting. It's not just reading the papers the night before that counts as preparation. It's giving yourself sufficient time that you can go through them, think about them, reflect on the issues in them, and then identify any questions that you may need to ask your staff or even your other councillor colleagues before the meeting. There's an old saying that there's no such thing as a dumb question, and while I completely agree with that, there are such things as incredibly irritating questions. They're always asked by other people, in my experience, and generally about things that leap out at you from paragraph 1 of the report. That's a good way to make it look as if you haven't done your homework. That's a good way to lose credibility with your staff and with your colleagues. The trick is, go through, read your papers, identify the things you don't understand, get clarification on them before the meeting. Your meeting should be there for debate and discussion around not the build-up to what's in the report, but the issues that the report raises. So do as much of your homework as you can offline, and that way it will keep your meeting focused on the things that elected members really need to be there to discuss. That brings me to my second point. It's around staying on topic and making sure that when you're in a meeting, you remember the purpose of the meeting and try very hard not to get derailed by going down rabbit holes that can be introduced quite easily into the conversation at any number of times. There's a little graphic that I'd like to show you now. It's called Wait, and it's something that I wish I'd had right back in the beginning of my career because it would have helped with my discipline and my participation in meetings. It simply asks you to think about, why am I talking before you choose to speak? Because in my experience, elected members are elected because we like to talk, because we have good ideas, and because we're passionate about representing our community. All of those things are great. There can, however, become a problem unless you focus yourself into particular topics, and that's the whole point of a meeting. It's to discuss specific things and look for specific outcomes. So, why am I talking? That's because I have something to share which is relevant, which is on point, which is factual, because it's my turn and because nobody else has said it already. And those are things that will help you a little bit to not spend as much of your life in meetings as I did, by making sure that the time you spend in them is only used on the things that they need to be there for. And on that note, I'll leave you to think about waiting before you next go to a meeting.
De Alto Cedro voy para Matané.